begin the Last of Us Season 1 finale, look for the light by meeting Anna, who's pregnant and sprinting towards an abandoned home, presumably away from infected. And you know what? Yeah, that's pretty tough and all when she's running away from an infected pregnant and all. But if you ever tried to run away from a zombie while getting kicked in the balls, it's pretty much the same thing, is all I'm saying. Like, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm sure it's just as painful. Anna is played by OG Ellie Ashley Johnson, so of course she's an absolute badass, and she gives birth literally while killing the infected chasing her. Unfortunately, she gets bit along the way and convinces Marlene to take Ellie to find a home for her, which is actually a tactic the Bruiser once tried to pull on me. He's like, oh, you showed up late for babysitting, so now you have to raise this child as your own. I'm like, and Marlene is like me. She's like, I'm not sure it works that way, but okay.
Just don't let her get killed or chopped up in a hospital. We're all good, like, you know.
Yeah. Back in 2023, Joel is trying to cheer Ellie up from being such a dry shy, thinking about how a cannibal tried to rape and murder her, or as they call that in the Cordyceps apocalypse, Tuesday. That is until they encounter a tower of giraffes. Thank you, Google, for that actual collective noun, by the way. That's an amazing collective noun, a tower of giraffes. Which gets Ellie chatting as Joel says they can just go back to Tommy. Ellie said they've come too far to go back, which sounds really deep, but it's literally the end of the world. Who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck how far you've got? The giraffes, do you think they care? Or the people that died along the way? They're dead. They don't care about anything. That's the smarter move. Go back. It's literally just stubbornness at this stage. Like a dad who insists he can find his car keys. Like, what are you doing, Ellie? And minutes later, Joel is totally vindicated as they're both knocked out and taken to a Firefly hospital, where Marlene insists Ellie has to die to supply the vaccine. Threatening Joel's daughter is like holding a red rag to a bull, or telling the grumpy dad who's lost his keys that it doesn't matter because he's an average driver at best. Joel Miller has two different speeds. He is either waxing lyrical about folk songs and car batteries, or murdering everybody in the room. And guess what, guys? He's all out of batteries. Every single Firefly dies en route to him saving Ellie, including Marlene, who for some reason was writhing on the ground with Joel walking away and was like, no, please let me live, thereby actually reminding him, oh yeah, I better put one between her eyes so she doesn't possibly survive and follow me. Idiot, Marlene, you deserved that for that alone. Ellie wakes up in the car to Joel telling the worst parent lies, that when they fucked up and didn't get you what you wanted for Christmas, but tried to convince you that Booster was the really cool toy that you really wanted anyway, not Radioactive Man. Ellie asks him if she's lying. He says no. She says okay. And Joel, I know it's been a couple of decades since you've been a girl dad, but when they say they are fine, you are uber fucked, pal. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was The Last of Us Season 1. Totes emote.